There's a certain kind of person. You know the one. When something breaks, they're the one already moving toward it. When the plan falls apart, they're already building a new one. When everyone else is panicking, they're already 3 steps ahead, calculating what needs to happen next. They don't even think about it. They just fix things. The leaking pipe, the broken software, the crying friend, the argument no one knew how to end, the car that won't start, the relationship falling apart at the next table over. They walk into chaos, and the chaos quiets down around them. But here is what almost no one understands about these people. They didn't choose this. The fixer almost always starts as a child. Maybe their parents argued, and they learned how to diffuse it before it got loud. Maybe a parent was emotionally absent, and they learned to read every shift in mood before it could become a problem. Maybe one of the adults around them was unstable, and they became the small calm center the household quietly revolved around. Somewhere along the way, a child realized that they could not control their environment, but they could control how they responded to it. So they got good at responding, faster than the other kids, earlier than they should have. They started anticipating problems before anyone else even noticed. They started fixing things before anyone asked them to. The adults around them noticed. They were praised. "You're so mature for your age. You're such a help. I don't know what I'd do without you." The child heard those words and learned something dangerous. I am loved when I am useful. That single sentence will follow them for the rest of their life. The brain of a fixer is built differently than most people's. Where most people see a problem and feel discomfort, the fixer sees a problem and feels purpose. The discomfort is still there, but it's been overwritten by a deeper instinct. If I can solve this, I will be okay. Their attention works in patterns. They scan rooms automatically. They notice details no one else notices. The slightly off facial expression, the lamp that's not plugged in, the number that doesn't match, the friend who's quieter than usual. Their nervous system is wired for vigilance. This isn't anxiety. Not exactly. It's something stranger. It's a quiet, constant readiness. A sense that something might need them at any moment, and that they had better be prepared. For a fixer, rest is not a state of safety. Rest is a state of risk. Because if something goes wrong while they aren't paying attention, it will be their fault. This is why fixers struggle to relax. Even when nothing is wrong, part of them is still scanning the horizon for what might go wrong next. The world rewards a fixer. Bosses promote them. Friends rely on them. Partners come to depend on them. Family members call them first when something goes wrong. They build careers, relationships, and reputations on a single quiet promise. Bring me your problems. I'll handle it. And for a long time, they like this. The capability feels good. The competence feels good. Being needed feels good. But underneath that, something else is happening. The fixer is slowly building a life in which they are surrounded by people who don't know how to help them. Because here is the trade-off no one tells you about. The more you fix, the less other people learn to fix. The fixer becomes the strong one, the dependable one, the one who has everything together. And when their own life starts to crack, they look around the room and realize they are completely alone. Fixers don't break the way other people break. They don't fall apart loudly. They don't cry out for help. They don't post about it. They don't make scenes. They just get tired, slowly, quietly, year after year. The exhaustion shows up in small ways at first. They sleep less. They smile less. Their patience starts running thinner. They get irritated by the same small things they used to handle gracefully. Then it shows up in their body. The chronic back pain, the constant tension in the shoulders, the migraines, the stomach issues, the strange way their heart beats faster when nothing is even happening. Their body is keeping score even when their mind isn't, because the fixer was never given permission to fall apart. They were given permission to function, and so they functioned until functioning was all they had left. A psychologist named John Bowlby once described what happens when a child has to take care of the people who were supposed to take care of them. He called it compulsive caregiving. The child grows up unable to feel safe being the one who is taken care of. Their entire identity is built around being the one who takes care. For these adults, receiving help feels worse than dying. Because if they aren't the one fixing, who are they? A fixer cannot be fixed. That is the great irony of their life. You cannot rescue someone whose entire identity is built around being the rescuer. You cannot help them by trying to take their problems away. You cannot heal them by telling them to slow down. They will smile at you, thank you, and then quietly go back to fixing. What a fixer actually needs is rare. They need someone who is not impressed by their competence, someone who sees through it, someone who watches them carry the world and asks the question that no one ever asks them: who carries you? Most of them have never been asked this question. Some of them will not know how to answer it. Some of them will laugh nervously and try to change the subject. But the question stays, and later, in a quiet moment, alone, it will come back to them, and they will feel something shift, just slightly. The first crack in the armor they have worn since they were a child. Because for the first time, someone saw them, not their function, not their usefulness, not their value, just them.